Welcome to the Homeownership Podcast presented by Momentum Realty, located in Hanover, Massachusetts. This series covers all things real estate and the best practices for buying, selling, and owning properties. Now here's your host, Sean Maloney.
Welcome to episode 128, Get Organized. I'm your host, Sean Patrick Maloney. Thanks for joining me this week. This week I want to talk to you about getting organized and how much it can help in the sale of your property. It's easy as we live in a property for many years to accumulate a lot of different things, and then over time we basically get buried in. We take something from one place, we put it in another. The next thing we know, drawers are overflowing, cabinets are full, closets are full, attics are full, basements are full, and everywhere else is full. So we're going to talk about getting organized and how to do it, what to do it, why to do it, when to do it, and how it can improve overall the value of your property. Because remember, when selling a home, appearance really matters. Having things organized makes things look a lot better. When we sell a home, people are going to come in, they're going to be looking at things. They're going to be looking at, are the drawers big enough for the kitchen? Are the cabinets, do they have enough space? Is there room in the closets? Does the basement have enough storage space? Is the attic a good place to store things? Is the shed ample sized? All of these locations are places that we end up storing things. And like I said, as I started, over time, we end up just basically kind of mishmashing where everything is versus keeping it in an organized fashion. What this can cause is an overflow of items. Well, maybe you have too many items and maybe we need to get rid of some things. Just simply taking everything out and putting it back in, rearranging it, can make it seem like a better space because a well-organized home appears to have more space. So by simply removing everything from a closet and rearranging it, the space can seem larger. Now, if you have too much stuff, when you take everything out, here's some suggestions. One, you can go to Facebook Marketplace, sell some of the items. Craigslist, sell some of the items. Run a yard sale. Donate items. Give them to a local charity. Or possibly get rid of items. Now, I come from the town of Pembroke, and in Pembroke, we have the right to one big tote trash barrel. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot of space, but if every week I just simply get rid of one item, 52 weeks later, I've gotten rid of 52 items. I also have the right to 22 trash bags twice a year by calling in the phone number. I also have available one large item a week picked up on Wednesdays. Now, most people don't look into their trash company to see what they have. The problem is they let it stack, they let it compound, and then eventually they feel the need, like, I need to get a dumpster. And by getting a dumpster, they look at the cost, and then they don't want to get rid of the items because of the cost. And then when they do, they end up getting rid of everything all at once. If you just simply get into the habit of making sure that every day that's a trash pickup, your barrel is all the way full, calling in and having those 2 times a year where you get the 22 trash bags and getting them removed, you're going to see a massive difference in the amount of stuff you have and the idea of clearing out, cleaning out, and organizing. Because remember, when we're doing this organization, the last thing we want to do is take something that we don't need and put it back in the cabinets. How can we measure what we don't need? Well, chances are if you haven't used it in 6 to 12 months and it's a non-seasonal item, you don't really need it anymore. And it's taking up your space. It's cluttering the space, especially if you're going to sell. Because remember, when the buyers come into the home, they're going to look at the home and see if there's ample space for their life. If you seem to have your whole entire home full, it's going to make them feel like there's not enough space. So that said, getting things out of there is important. Another thing you can do if you don't want to get rid of this stuff and you're going to be selling soon, get a storage locker at a storage facility or get a pod delivered to your driveway. Or what you could do is start to box everything up and choose one location, maybe in the garage, maybe in the basement, where you stage a moving area. You put everything together that's going to be moved that you don't need until after the move. And that way there you can start to clean out those closets, those cabinets in different places like that. having it all staged there is going to give the person the idea, one, that you're ready to move and that you're ready to leave the house, which is going to help them in the idea of people don't like to be home wreckers. They don't like to make offers on homes where people are well situated there because they feel like they're kicking them out. That's when you have the baby pictures all over the walls and everything, and they feel like, geez, I'm actually moving this family out, versus when they move into a house, they look at it and they're thinking about making an offer. They see everything packed up. They see everything ready to go. They feel like they're setting you free. When you do make one of these areas where you have everything set to move, please, please, please make it well organized, square, stack the boxes, but also don't put them up against the wall. Because during the home inspection and also during the time where the buyers are shopping, it's important that they can see the entire place. And when items are stacked in a room so much or stacked up against the walls, it makes them feel like you might be hiding something. Like, what's behind the boxes? Why did they put all the boxes here? So by simply just leaving a little bit of space so that you can move around them and not having, a great big room in your basement totally jam-packed with boxes, you want to make sure that you have it so that they can see that room. That's why I said sometimes it's best to just get a storage locker or to get something like a pod out in your driveway. I'm not a big fan of the pods just because during the moving process, they're in the driveway and they're kind of misrepresenting the driveway because they can make it seem like there's not a lot of space in the driveway. Again, back to that organization thing, because you just have this big storage container in the way, kind of blocking the view. Also, remember, if you're going to be doing that and you are going to be using a pod, make sure you let your real estate agent know ahead of time so they can tell you where to put it, because if they go to take the pictures and the pod's in the way of some of the front shots, or the pod's in the way of the backyard shot, or maybe in the pool area view, or whatever it be, it may not best represent the house. Organization is everything. Organization is key. That's why, in business, they call companies oftentimes organizations, right? Because the more organized a business is, the better it runs. The more organized your life is, the easier it runs. You don't just have to be moving to want to get organized. Getting organized can help you in every sort of way, shape, and form, such as getting ready in the morning. If you're well organized, you're not ever going to be running around looking for your keys. They're hanging on the key holder. You're not looking for your other shoe. It's by the door where the shoes go. Having a well-organized life is going to bring some calmness to you. It's going to bring the ability to know where everything is. And if something's missing, you're going to know right away. Because if everything in your house has a space and a place, you know that when it's not there, you need to find out where it is and you move it back to its space and place. While it takes a little bit of work to originally organize, the key to organization is to be habitual with it, to make sure that it's something that goes on every time. Because, like I said at the beginning, living life, we end up putting things everywhere, stacking and packing, and over time, nothing makes it back. If you're the type of person that goes down to the toolbox, grabs a screwdriver, finishes up the job, and throws it in a drawer, now the screwdriver's in a drawer. Next time you need a screwdriver, you're trying to figure out where it is. Maybe you threw a couple pieces of paper in the drawer, you open the drawer, you don't see it there, you close the drawer, you head downstairs, you look for it in the toolbox, you come back up, move the paper around, find the screwdriver, and oh my God, think about the amount of stress you just caused yourself over the simple act of just walking back and putting it away the first time. The truth to all organization is keeping it up after you do it. Organization can be done in many different ways, whether by shape, color, or anything else. The human brain appreciates organization. You can do things like buy totes so that things are square and stackable. If you have objects that are all different random shapes and sizes that don't fit together, putting them in totes can help with that. Getting a labeler and labeling areas to where things go. Adding a pegboard above a workbench so that you can hang the tools, and taking a Sharpie and tracing the tools so you know which tools go where. When we have these well-organized setups, it makes it easier. Having a closet with a bunch of organizational things such as racks, shelves, hangers allows us to have it look better. Because remember, when you don't, everything ends up in a pile. When we do this, it ends up looking really bad. But again, remember, when you're going to be selling a house, simply organizing everything makes it look better. When you open a closet that's well organized, all the clothes are folded and everything like that, you say, wow, that's a big closet. Or you open up the place where people keep all the food in the pantry and everything is stacked by shape, color, sizes. It says to the brain, wow, there's plenty of room for me to put my food for my entire family here. And other people, sometimes you open up the door and they just have everything jammed in there. They have a trash barrel, the they've got the broom, they've got the food, they've got all, and you're like, wow, they are running out of space. This house has no space. That can make a huge difference in what people are willing to offer you. Also remember, there's a whole entire industry behind this. If you're not that great with organization and you want to, hire a professional organizer to help you ahead of the sale of your home. Remember, you don't just have to do it for the sale of the home, but this is highly recommended when you are selling a home. People always say staging, staging, staging. Organization is basically a piece of staging. Staging, mostly people think furniture, lamps, pictures, but staging your closets correctly means putting everything away correctly. Staging the vanity, staging every single aspect of your life. If you're the type of person, here's another one. Underneath, say, the kitchen cabinets, you got all the cleaning chemicals. Start using each and every one by which one has the least amount left until you're down to only a couple bottles. One Windex, one cleaner for the kitchen oven, one general purpose cleaner, instead of half empty bottles all over the place. Same thing with yard chemicals and furniture and stuff like that. People end up saving things they don't need, and then the shed ends up totally disorganized. This weekend is a great time to get out there and just take everything out of the shed, look around and say to yourself, do I really need this anymore? And then also look, when is my town's hazardous material day? Maybe I should get rid of the old gas can. Maybe I should get rid of the old pool chemicals. Maybe I should get rid of the old paint, oil. Maybe the old yard fertilizers need to go. Simply organizing everything is going to make your life better. It's going to make your home sell for more money. And it's going to be something that overall just makes you feel a feeling of calmness. I hope this helps you get organized, and I look forward to working with you on the sale of your home. Please reach out to us over here at Momentum Realty, and we'd be happy to set you up with one of our Move mentors. They can also coach and guide you on the organization process. Thanks for listening today. Please subscribe if you have not already done so. Make sure to tell your friends and family about it. Check out our blog, our newsletter, and our Facebook group for more great free information on owning a home. Thanks again and have a great day.